So I wanted to tell y'all something about a particular type of person and what needs to be done with these types of people. You might know one. Yeah, so this person may be very, let's just say, off the chain, reckless, lost into everything, into everyone, chaotic, no care, just all of that, right? Let me tell you something. And I try not to make things like super spiritual, but you should have some type of spirituality in your life. And if not, I don't know what to tell you. I always say this. But one thing that I do know for certain is because it's been done to me. I've been through this. I always speak on things that I've been through. And I'm here to tell you that God has a way of sitting us down. He will sit you down. I've said this before. I've told people, you need to sit down. And I would get the look like I am sitting down, or, they think like, oh, let me grab a remote and something to eat and watch TV. No, it's a metaphor. It's a spiritual metaphor. And basically, when you are self-destructing your life and you intentionally, you think about it, you plot it, you plan it, and you're hurting people, and you're scheming and you're carrying on, and you just a person who's all of those things. You're sleeping around with everything that's moving, instead of cleansing yourself, your temple, your body, and taking a break, and you just try and you want all these things great to come in your life, but you do all the opposite, right? For one, you can never expect anything good to happen in your life if you operate like that. That's one. The other thing is that God will always sit us down. When we are self-sabotaging and self-destructing, God will sit you down. There are signs. It's trying to let you know, like, hey, what's up? You moving real weird. You're doing too much. I need you to sit in solitude and check yourself. That's what that means. And usually these types of people, right, they're narcissists. Usually they do not like boundaries. They do not like to sit with themselves. They have to be around people all the time. They're people pleasers. They don't love themselves. They never really was properly loved. They don't know how to love. And all of these things a lot of us have been through, right? However, in our grown adult years, it is our responsibility to look at self-reflect, take accountability, not continue to be like, oh, you did this, and do the blame game on some kindergarten type activity, and take accountability for our actions and what we do. Because when we die, we're leaving by ourselves. When you came into this world, you came in by yourself. It's the same thing. So saying, oh, well, this person did this and this. Okay, well, let's see. Why did these things happen? So through my healing, I can use myself, as I always do, as an example. Part of my healing, one of the things that I had to go through was sitting with self. And I've always been like this, really. But I didn't really learn more of like why I was getting more into that until I started really like doing the work, the inner work, okay? And it gets ugly. It's painful. It's a lot of crying. It's a lot of dark nights. lonely. It's lonely. Um, but it gets better. But you have to go through the turmoil, because that's where your life was, and God is tapping you on the shoulder like, hey, I'm gonna need you to get it together. That's all that is. And we all have to go through it somehow, some way. Like, it's just a part of life. Especially, for people, some people may just not have like a grand life and not have to go through these things. I love that for them. But a lot of us have been through a lot of traumas, right? So when we choose to sit with ourselves and we choose to take accountability and we choose to listen to the taps that God has given us, because you only get a few of them, you only get a few taps, and then that's it. And then God is not gonna. You can pray a prayer of whatever it is. I know you don't like to be ignored, so why would you ignore God when He's tapping you? He, she, spirit. Okay, so you get the taps and you're not listening. You're ignoring. Okay, and that's exactly how it's seen by the Most High, right? And it never ends well. It never ends well. That is the most powerful being in the entire world, universe, everything. You do not want to ignore those taps, because it could be the end, literally the end of your life. So I'm saying all this because I know a lot of people that are like this. I've been through this, and I've been in the moments where I had to really get in solitude. And it was really scary because I'm like, what is happening? I had no idea. And I had to be with myself. And I had to take accountability and look at things that I was just ignoring. Like, yeah, I didn't do that. That wasn't me. Yeah, it was. And I did that. And still to this day, I'm much better with doing it and be like acknowledging where I messed up at. I'm getting a lot better. And I love that. I'm so grateful that I listened to the taps on my shoulder. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for that. So I just wanted to, you know, give this positive message. And, to anyone who is out there literally just self-sabotaging and you're mad about why you can't have this and why things can't be this way or that way, and you want things to be the way they used to be or whatever, if you need to let it go. When you make your bed, you have to lie in it. And it's not about second chances. It's really about, you probably had a billion chances already and you failed every chance. So you no longer have access to that person. It's time for you to just move on with your life. I'm in a space where I'm really just trying to take out the pain, remove the pain. And that comes with healing. And this part is never easy. Remove the pain. And you have to release them. You give them to God. And that's that, you know? But yeah, sit with self. If you know someone who is like this, who is just self-destructing, and everything is crumbling in their lives. If everything is crumbling in your life, this is why. Because you're not listening to the taps. You need to listen to the taps. You need to go sit down somewhere. And most of the people that you're around, they're not even rooting for you. They're not even happy for you. They're enablers. And they love that you're miserable because they are. So I hope this helps someone. And yeah, y'all have a great day.